thank you very much for being with us, and we welcome you to this very important program. It is important to say that this program is simulated by Mr. Sowore's Revolution Now, especially the number 5 agenda in the 14-point demand of Revolution Now protest called End Bad Governance in Nigeria. That means the number 5 is saying release of Mazi Kanu, the IPOB leader. Here we will reason together to know if this will be acceptable or not. Media at Massive, under the auspices of Massive Initiative, has been opportune to read and listen to many comments on this very call by Mr. Sowore. There is no doubt it is political in nature, also a ploy to draw attention of Igbo youths to join the protest on behalf of Mazi Kanu, and also enlarge the protest organized by the Revolution Now. Before we continue, we wish to use this opportunity to thank our honorable subscribers and viewers. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, we ask you to do so. It is important to note that our programs are research-oriented, aimed at bringing to knowledge about the past and present for distillation of facts, comparative analysis, and use for future corrections, plannings to avoid mistakes of the past. That is the essence of this comparative and the translational development in this very program. It is a welcome fact, the call for release of Mazi Kanu, in addition to worldwide appeal, which Nigerian third despotic president Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu and his northern Fulani singers are ignoring and using to play in ethnic and religious politics. This is very, very unfortunate, but it is happening. There is undertone in ethnic and the religious expansion of those who oppose to this. The Northerners, especially the Fulanis, have their own reasons not to support the release of Mazi Kanu, while those who have clear mind have reasons to support for the release. Indeed, Sowore's Revolution Now call for the release of Mazi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, is a clandestine call for freedom of Mazi Kanu as a friend and a fellow activist, whether genuine or not. Biafrans and other ethnic nationalities are also making every effort to ensure that Mazi Kanu is released from the hands of despotic APC Fulatide regime. That is the good part of it. This call becomes point of argument, nevertheless, because of the role of other ethnic nationalities against what comes to the Igbos. There is argument over this because of the treatment of the Igbos and the killings, especially during the time of Muhammad Buhari, an APC president, as well as what is going on now with his successor from APC as well. So people are skeptical of this group of despotic governments, and that is why they are making comparison and saying, what is the difference between Abacha that everyone is condemning compared with the government of Buhari and Alhaji Tinubu Ahmed? Do they do better than they respecting the human rights more than Abacha? Abacha was open and clear. You make the comparison. Well, we will continue. This call becomes point of argument, as I've stated earlier. So we'll say it is necessary to thank Mr. Sowore for his revolution now, which included the call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while others did not buy such idea. However, it is worth praising for anyone or person or group of persons who support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's call for release, also supporting his legal team headed by Barrister Ejimako for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. All efforts of Biafran Republic government in the exile headed by Mazi Simon Ekpa and other well-meaning persons or groups that have sought sincerely for the release of Wachineke, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, from Tinubu, Buhari, ABC, dungeon. It should also be noted, unfortunately, that this praise is not for governors of southeastern states headed by Governor Hope Uzodimma and other or some of the southeastern politicians who are described by the former Imo State Governor, Chief Samuel Ononaka Mbakwe. During his lifetime, he witnessed the life of the present-day group of Igbo leaders, whom he described as Onyama or Ekpa Eliozu. In our next episode, we will make the description clearly and relate this adage to where it fitted best. Going back to Mr. Sowore's point 5 of the revolution now, release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is a simple litmus test for this to prove his sincerity. Many Biafrans and Easterners are afraid because of the killing nature of Nigerian security forces against them. Wherever Igbo people are involved in Nigerian system, they always make them to be the victim. The target is to kill them, kill the youth. Therefore, massive initiative has had and read many suggestions from different social media organizers, and the newsmen viewed their arguments for or against on involvement or participation of Biafrans stroke Igbo youths in this oncoming protest. With the current divide, massive initiative concentrated on the making of number 5 agenda as a magnetic force to attract Igbo youths or the youth's sympathy to join the Nigerian protest. Nevertheless, massive initiative advice through its media, Media at Massive, having done the research, has reviewed Mr. Sowore's ideology on inclusion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's call for release in comparison with similar political campaigns used to free Nelson Mandela and other freedom political prisoners in the past, and their merits and demerits, and identified some unguarded errors that led to people's death. On this basis, therefore, Mr. Sowore has an obligation to assure the desperate Biafrans and the IPOB loyal followers and other Nigerians that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is adored and compared with political activists like late Nelson Mandela of South Africa, must be assured of safety should they join the protest. Biafrans need safety from the brutal hands of Nigerian security forces, which appeared tribal in action, like former racist South African security forces in the old South Africa, who were against the black Africans. They concentrated in trying to wipe out the blacks of South Africa because South African blacks were seeking freedom from the oppressive and the suppressive regime of Piet Botha, a similar act that the government of Nigeria had been putting in place, practicing in Nigeria against the Igbos. Massive initiative has weighed the advantages and disadvantages and concluded with new waves of suggestions. Therefore, Massive makes it clear that the following recommendations are needed as litmus tests to determine the ingenuity of organizers of Revolution Now and the 5-point agenda for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the guarantee of safety of participants. 1. To involve the United Nations Human Rights Chief and the United Nations Human Rights Working Group Committee by formally writing them or informing them about the Revolution Now protest plan for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, explaining that the aim is to stimulate government of Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, unconditionally as indicated by their recommendations in 2022. B. By reminding and copying to the United Nations copies of opinion number 25/2022 concerning Nwaneke Nnamdi Kenny Oku Kanu. The reports of the United Nations Human Rights Working Committee on Arbitrary Detention. Their opinion adopted by the working group at its 93rd section that took place between 30th March to 8 April 2022 by sending formal letters from the Revolution Now with specific planned date to the Amnesty International as international organization, Nigerian Civil Liberties, and Inter-Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. These are local human rights organizations and any other African human rights groups they deemed necessary by formally sending invitation letters to international journalists and media houses worldwide. This would act as a worldwide campaign, a global cause for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Sending copies of various court decisions that favored Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the recent out-of-court settlement order from his legal team mentioned earlier. Finally, Revolution Now should formally invite and write Nigerian security agents about the safety of Igbos, Biafrans, or Nigerians, and the copies be sent or be forwarded beforehand to International Criminal Court, African and ECOWAS courts, and the Nigerian judiciary that any agent involved in killing anyone, the head of that agent and the persons involved in the killing must be placed before any of these courts for prosecution. If these are granted, everyone is free and the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is 100% assured. Also, this will guarantee a peaceful demonstration or protest if implemented. This is what Massive Initiative has suggested to the revolution now organizers. There must be guidelines that will protect the protesters and checkmate the security agents during the protest. Somebody must be accountable, and these are the functions and the duties of security agents to guide and protect the protesters. If you had done otherwise, those involved must be prosecuted, and the journalists around will also take photographs, including individuals, to identify those who are involved in any act of violence, both on the side of the protesters and the side of the government security agents. With this, we come to the end of this very program. Do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Like, share, and comment on the recommendations of Massive Initiative. Also, we look forward to receiving your comments. If you are against the suggestions profiled above, then do not fail to share your own opinion. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Remain blessed until we come to you with another edition. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye.